I heard of that before, Jones, but I ain't never had it.
Joe Varden, Cleveland.com. Ty, how have you been briefed on what you're doing tomorrow afternoon with the kids at the Boys and Girls Club?
Yes, sir.
It looks like you're gonna speak to these kids and try to get them to open up and share some dialogue about stuff that goes on.
I think looking at some movies and some movie clips and just kind of having dialogue with the kids about dreaming and goals they can set for themselves and taking it into their communities and trying to be the best they can be. And I love these type of events where you're able to get around the youth and young kids, and because I was a dreamer before, and a lot of us in this position being dreamers. And if you put in the hard work, if you're a good person, you do the right thing, good things can happen. And that's the biggest thing we want to get across, the biggest point. And I'm really enjoy it tomorrow.
Do you think now, maybe more than in the last 20 years, like a message like that is important, just because just things seem more negative in the overall?
Anytime. Back when I was a young kid, I wish I could have had guys come in and speak to me and speak to my friends. And but this is something great. The Cavaliers organization has put together. We do a lot of these great events, and I'm just excited to get around the youth and the young guys, let them ask questions, tell them it's fun to dream and to have goals and set these goals and see where you're at 4 or 5 years down the road. And so I'm excited to see these guys and be able to touch these young guys and girls and see what happens.
Is there a story, and then I'll drop it. But
I'm going to tell you my story, Joe.
Why not?
We'll do it later.
All right.
Jason Lloyd, The Athletic. Same lineup?
Yes.
Jetty struggled the last couple of games, it seems, from the outside at least. Is he just going through normal rookie things right now, or the more he plays, the more he gets exposed a little bit, or what do you think's happening?
I mean, just one game. I thought the Memphis game, he made 2 big threes to open the game.
Yeah, the game before that, I thought he struggled.
So 1 out of 3.
2 out of 3.
Yeah. I mean, just got to be confident taking his shot, attacking the basket. And like you said, he's a rookie. And he's going to make shots along with anybody else, going to make shots or miss shots. But the biggest thing for him, when he's making shots or missing shots, he's still going to play hard. He's still going to compete. And he's going to guard the best player on the floor. So his energy and effort is great defensively. So we'll continue to stick with him. Is
he playing out of position a little bit?
Sometimes. When we run certain plays, he's the 4. Some plays, he's the 3. It all depends on where LeBron is on the floor. So, yeah.
Do you foresee staying with this same lineup until Kevin comes back?
We'll see. Right now, yes, but we'll see going forward.
Yeah, I wanted to follow up on that last one. With the idea that you stay with the same lineup until Kevin comes back, why is it important to keep everyone else the same, kind of knowing that Kevin comes in for Jetty in all likelihood?
It makes it easier. I think it makes the transition easier. But we just got to, right now it's our focus is just keep it the same way. But going forward, you never know. And the new guys with Rodney Hood and with Nance, those guys, they still have to pick up the plays, and we just can't throw them in on the fly, just trying to get them in the lineup. So right now we're just going to stay pat and go from here.
And then at the start of every year, you talk about needing 20 games to kind of figure out what you have. Do you need 20 games with this group?
We don't have 20 games. We don't have 20 games, but we still just, going to keep plugging away. I think every day using our practices and shoot-arounds to get up to speed. And today those guys came in early again today, just going through the plays and just trying to, get the situations down, the sets down. And they're putting in the work, and that's all you can ask. And, we don't have 20 games, but it's going to take some time, and we understand that. And we just have to just keep playing hard, competing, and then we'll figure the rest out.
Scott Sargent, WFNY. In a way, just given that you're going through sets and the stuff that you're trying to implement, do these practices kind of have like a training camp vibe to them, but just in February instead of being in October?
And they're longer than they've been in the past. And some of the guys that have been here, they get bored, with the process, but we have to do it. And sometimes I think it's even good for them, for those guys at times, but we have to do it, as much as possible, like we plan every other day, so you can't really, practice hard or drill. So we just got to make sure we come in, get our walkthroughs in defensively, go through our plays offensively every day, and just see if we can continue to pick it up.
Outside of time remaining, and what sort of challenges does that does that bring to kind of trying to rebuild something, not from scratch because you had some pieces in place, but rebuild in the middle of the season like that?
I've never experienced it before, so not quite sure. But I like what we have. I like what we've done as far as the moves, and these guys will be able to pick it up. I just think, for now, we got to just keep it as basic as possible until the guys figure it out and understand the plays and what we want to do. And then when Kevin comes in, it's going to be another adjustment period. So we're just going to continue to keep working and just keep figuring it out.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. Ty, you mentioned Hood, Clarkson, Nance, keeping those guys together in the second unit. So what is it about George Hill that allows him to, I don't know if be further along is the right way to put it, or allow you to be comfortable with him in the first group?
I think with G. Hill, I think he's a veteran. He's 31 years old. He's been around. Pretty much knows all the basic NBA sets and what we want to do and what we're trying to do. And he can run a team. I think, he's good at getting guys in position and running a team once he's up to speed on the plays. And so, Clarkson, I look as more as a scorer, come off the bench, give you that instant offense. So it's like kind of, two different players.
Dave McMenamin, ESPN. Ty, Isaiah Thomas commented on the Cavs recently. He said that when the midseason trade happened, or trade deadline trade happened, it was a result of the Cavs being in panic mode. I was curious, how would you characterize the tone, the mood of the Cavs heading into the trade deadline?
I'm panicking now. Have a good day. Oh! Come on, man.
Spencer Davies, Basketball Insiders. You talk about finding rotations and such. I'm just curious as to how much you studied George Hill and Rodney Hood and their time in Utah together, and if you plan on playing them together in the future here.
They're definitely going to play together, and they still go back and forth in practice every day and shoot around talking about the Utah days and what this guy can do and what this guy can't do. And so it's great to see them have that camaraderie and be on the same page, but they definitely will play together.
What have you noticed about those two together that on the floor that they can do?
Not sure yet. We'll get to that point, but I know G Hill, as far as defensively and being able to make shots and run pick and roll, and we just need Rodney to be more aggressive. I think offensively, just being himself. I know it's tough to try to come into a situation like this and trying to fit in and trying to understand what your role is, but we need him to be aggressive. I talked to him again yesterday about it, and just playing his game.
Jeff Shadell, News Herald. Hey, Ty, do you have an update on Kevin Love, how he's progressing from that hand?
Nothing yet. Sorry, Jeff.
All right. All right.
I really don't know.
All right.